Yes, hello. This is a small video to show you some of the responses to your clarification spreadsheet. The first one being how to log into the system. So the system allows you either to log in using your alt app or your single sign-on login, or you can have a guest access. So basically, as a guest, you will be able to log into the application and then use the standard credentials coming from Talent itself to log into the application. For example, if you are having an onboardee person who just joined, they will be basically using this login. If you're from the company, then you will be moving into basically your company SSO login. Uh, the second part is really in the question that you had was the org chart. So at any time you can search for a person, basically here Allison, and then I will be able to jump to her file, and in her file I can see her org chart and to whom she reports in an org chart view. So here, for example, so this is depending on your accesses and your logins, what accesses you can, what information you can see, and basically what type of chart you can see here. This is a hierarchical chart. You may have access to succession planning chart, which will show you what the potential successes, etc. You can access the same org chart as well from my team, and my team will give you a view of the org chart. If I take back Allison here, I will go and then start from Allison, and I'll be able to see my chart here as per the others. Other view. So that's one way to look at it. The other way is as well that you will have at the later stage a position or chart will be also displaying open positions with the people in the chart. So that's coming in the next release. Concerning the reports, basically the reports are made of basically three parts, I'd say two parts. The first one being the data source. So the data source is something that is basically going to be the data, or basically just a list of fields that I'm exporting from the database. It can come from different groupings of data. Is it salary information? Is it employee information, training? You name it, you can see different data fields. So here, for example, I can open the salary review data field here, data source. This will give me, basically by clicking on the configuration here, I'll be able to see these other fields that have been selected on this side, and then other columns that are available that I could add here if I wish to, or remove them here. So depending on the sources, you will have a list of fields here, and you'll be able to select them. Once these data sources are created, then they are used into what we call the report, and basically it's in two phases. Either it's a simple list that you want to use with filtering criteria, etc., or you want to use it with Excel. So here I'm going to go to manage report. I'm going to open a existing report just to explain how it works. So for example, salary review synthesis or salary review for in UK, for example. I'm just going to take this report. I can edit it, then later I will generate it. So edit it, I can add several data sources that I used. From these data sources, I pick the fields that I want: the budget, the frequency, the percentage, the amount, whatever information I need. And from the data source, second data source, it's the data about the employee. I will be able to select the name, the address, etc., whatever name, gender, etc., from the employee. So once I have selected these in this report, I can either just create a report which is just a list, or I can select an Excel template in which I have formatted the report. So if I go back here and I run it, I will generate it and I will run it here. So basically all the data is accessible, so you'll be able to reach all the data that you are having in the system, and to be able to do that is you're going to be able to basically have all the data. So here this is just basically raw data coming in the report. It's one type of report, so you see basically we are using the same codes here as what is in the template for the data source, and that will bring the raw data. So it can have like here in this another raw data, we'll have the names, etc. So this is the second source of data, and then I can build on this a third tab if I want with some tables and cross tabs, etc. Another way, another type of report I will show you is basically the same. Sorry, same report here is this salary review synthesis. That's where you're going to be able to see the fact that we are having and then I can generate it. It's going to generate the report. And I can get a download link. So this report is a bit more complicated. It will show me the full report with the raw data that is used here. This raw data coming from our data source and our report, and it is generating a nice table here based on the raw data that you can format. So every time you're going to run it again, the raw data will be refreshed, and therefore the report will be refreshed. So that's about it.